Well, Mohamed Fahmy has been described by fellow journalists as tenacious and truthful. One of those he worked with in Cairo was the PBS correspondent Margaret Warner. She describes her experience with Fahmy.
I'm Margaret Warner, and I'm the Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent for the PBS NewsHour. I'm also Chief of our Overseas Reporting Unit. I first met Mohamed Fahmy about 3 days before the incident when, through a local connection, he came to our editing suite in the hotel room and provided the voiceover for our Egyptian characters, whom we wanted translated into English. It was the afternoon after a mob had stormed the Israeli embassy overnight, managed to penetrate to the upper floors, pull down the Israeli flag, and hoist the Egyptian flag. And when we arrived back there were still young men out in front, but it did not look particularly dangerous. Our crew, our camera crew, went in for a closer filming look, while I and the driver at the time and another young Egyptian producer with me waited in the van so we could quickly get away. The driver abandoned the car for whatever reason. People were lying in front of the car and starting to knock on the car. Just then a mob approached across these 5 lanes, and I could see that our local producer and my cameraman and my producer were being pursued by this mob, and Mohamed Fahmy. And my driver had abandoned the car. So I leapt over the ballast, the middle of the seat, jumped into the van as Mohamed Fahmy held on to the back railing and said, "Drive, drive." And this mob in front of me, he said, "Just drive through them. I'm going to get you out of here." And that's what happened. And for the next 5 or 6 minutes, he directed me down this side street and this side street and this side street, and we finally managed to get to a safe place. He absolutely saved our lives. I'm no legal expert, but I can tell you that Mohamed Fahmy struck me on both occasions as nothing more and nothing less than a professional journalist.